Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going in for another path in 7.2 for the 7 for 7 challenge. This is the team I'm bringing. Those are the champs that I had an option to bring in that I excluded. And this path, it went pretty smooth. We're going to go over to the left side, and then we're going to end up taking that Tigra as the boss. I felt like that one was the easiest simply because I have Titania and she is incredible. So the path that I'm taking, it has superiority top dog, which gives you superiority if you have class advantage. So ideally you want class advantage. Outburst, where when you nullify when you get nullified from Power Snack, you'll become nullify immune for like 10-15 seconds or whatever. If you have superiority, you'll actually end up gaining furies if Power Snack or whatever tries to nullify you again. And then Hard Knock Life, which you definitely need to be mindful of because you can get those disorients, and then parries can fail, block proficiency goes down. And then it's got Tech Ascendancy. So Tech gets a 40% boost, Cosmics get a 20%, and then you get minus 40 on Mutants. So ideally, you don't want to use Mutants. I don't think there's any fights on here that would give you class advantage with Mutants, and you pretty much either have class disadvantage or just, yeah. So first up, we got this Vulture, and, you know, one good champ for Power Snack to deal with the power that they will get if you trigger a buff is Chavez. So I haven't triggered Dex yet, but I do have several of those purple dimensions on me. And so if I do trigger, like right there, you can see I power drained him because I had 3 of them on there. I think 2 is about the amount where it's pretty much even. Where Power Snack or any type of power gain would basically be canceled out. But once you get to 3, you start reversing. So we're just hammering away at this guy. As far as, you know, the disorients, you know, we parried at the beginning. But once we kind of get going, we really don't need to parry, and we can kind of just keep pushing him to specials. Special 1 or special 2 really doesn't matter. We can evade and get out of range of both. And you see he went down fairly easily. And I think this is going to just about do it. Do we have you once again? No, he had a little bit too much power there. I think we're going to finish with this special 2. There we go. So Chavez pretty much finishing at full health. Does a really solid job for this lane. Next up, we got an AA, and we're gonna go in with Shuri. Shuri doesn't get buffs naturally. You know, her Dex, Precision, it doesn't trigger, and like her armor ups are passive, so we won't really have to worry about that. So. And Shuri, if I remember right, her ability accuracy cannot be reduced by mutants. I still think Disorient comes into play because it's the abilities of the mutants. It's not it doesn't take into account abilities that are reduced from nodes. So there will be a little bit of chip damage with blocking and parrying quite a bit. But it's not that big of a deal, and we're just going to melt this AA down with Shuri. Shocks are putting in a ton of work, and we don't really have to deal with Power Snack, which is always nice. Plus we do get we have Tech Ascendancy going on too, so we get a 40% boost from the node as well. So yeah, don't get hit. I'm just gonna bait a special. It'll be really nice Don't want to lose. Probably could have just comboed him to death. Yeah, I could have. I could have. Would have been enough. And there goes AA goes down, and then we got Sentinel. I'm also going to use Shuri again. I think I do end up getting tagged in this fight by a special 2, which is not good because Shuri is not Incinerate immune. I'm going to try to mix master as much as I can so that way I don't build up too many of his analysis charges. But now that I'm thinking about it, that really doesn't matter because Shuri only crits with the guaranteed crits. So whether or not he builds up a bunch of analysis, it doesn't matter, other than the fact that once he reaches full analysis, then it costs him less power to throw specials. So that's pretty much the only negative. Yeah, right there, I dexed too early, and then I went in, get smacked, and I'm down under 20%, but that's okay. Shuri is a tank, and we can finish this off. Get a little bit of adrenaline heal. We're over 20%, 23%, and then yeah, he's at full analysis, but that doesn't matter. We get guaranteed crits, so we're just gonna keep spamming the special ones, and put on some shocks, some passive shocks, and melt him down. So had we not got hit by that special 2, this fight would have gone a lot better, but in the end it doesn't really matter because he's gonna die. And I think we actually do end up using Shuri for another fight on this lane, even though pretty low health, but it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, Shuri's great for this lane. Titania will be great for this lane. Chavez is great for this lane. If you're noticing, a lot of the ladies putting in some work. I did bring Cap, I did bring Spidey, mainly as like backup boss options if I totally messed it up. But you'll see that does not happen. And then we're gonna bring Chavez in for this Storm Pyramid X. So like, Storm can be a little bit scary by the fact that she glances a ton, and if you push her to the special 2 with a lot of prowess, then she can totally rinse you over. So we are going to try and dex and keep her to the special 1 heavy and keep 2 to 3 purple dimensions up at all times, so that way if we do dex her special 1, which you're pretty much gonna have to, otherwise it's gonna hurt, the power gain from Power Snack is pretty much irrelevant. So there you can see I had four purples and it drained her, which is really nice. I'm trying to block bait some hits and some openings, so that way I don't trigger the disorient and get extra block damage. There we go. Yeah, so there we did trigger the Power Snack, and she did throw a special 2, but she didn't have too many prowess, so that one didn't hurt, luckily. And the other nice thing with Storm is because she's getting those prowess, that will kind of feed into Chavez's damage output on her special 2, which is nice. Even though there's a lot of glancing, the special 2 damage is pretty solid. And we go for the relic, heavy, get 2 purple dimensions, and there we go. She gets knocked out. So that wasn't too bad. Now this next fight, Green Goblin. So I think I was intending to bring in Shuri for this, but because she was so low health, we didn't. You can see I'm checking, like the game was wigging out, it wasn't connecting. I sped all that up. It went for quite some time and it disconnected. I had to it didn't disconnect, but I restarted the game and got the restart on there. So yeah, fun times when the game doesn't connect. But there's there's a lot to manage on this one, and because Green Goblin can just be a pain in the butt, so there I tried to land a parry, but I had 3 disorients on me, and that failed. And I thought I had it timed. I surely had it timed, but disorient caused it to not fail. And I got smacked around, so it's not a good start. But we're gonna try to get this guy down. And special 2 for some healing. Didn't get a ton. Green Goblin doesn't get buffs. There you can see the power snack. Did a little bit of a reversal. I'm not sure if we had 3 purple dimensions, but we have at least 2. Yeah, there again, I got the parry, but Disorient failed it, and I didn't recognize that. I just need to make sure that I keep enough of these purple dimensions on, so that way, there you can see I did a tiny, two purple dimensions does a tiny reversal, because he was at 2 bars and he dropped below. So I'm trying to keep at least 2 purple dimensions up at all times, so that way power snack is kind of thrown out the window. We can get some power reversal, and just got to get back to special 2 and fire that off. If he throws, it's nice that he's just gonna dance around. Purple dimensions going away. I do have that precision up, but I want to make sure that he throws a special, otherwise if I hit him, he could go to special 3. And here we go. So I think this one's gonna come down to the wire with like my health pool. Try to get some heal here, not a ton, but it's enough to get some. But then again, parries are failing, and I'm eating combos to the face. I would probably prefer to push him to the special 2, as long as he like throws it. But once he starts being a little bit passive and just you start dancing around, sometimes you just get caught off guard with his special. If you get hit with Green Goblin special 2, it can absolutely rinse you. So you can see here we're in Assassin's range for getting worked over, but we're about to get him into Assassin's range under 18%, and we're getting there. We're gonna get this guy down. Going for the damage with the orange dimension. Can't remember which one's that called. I just know that the dark dimension is the purple one, and that's for power control. And we get Green Goblin down. Long fight. Rank 1 Chavez was enough to do that. And then here we have Psylocke. I'm just going to go in with the class advantage with Shuri, even though I'm at low health. Should be able to take her out. You can notice I haven't used Titania at all, just saving her for the boss, making sure she's super healthy. And then the other 2, Cap and Spidey, I was going to use them as alternatives or backup options, but I probably could have used them and should have tried them out. They would have done okay. But you can see Psylocke is melting, and I think I do actually end up eating a hit and barely surviving. I think maybe this next special 2, I somehow missed the Dex, which is pretty easy special to Dex. Yeah, and I was at 1%. 1%, I have that power lock or suppression or whatever it is. Got me a little bit of healing, a little bit of adrenaline, and we're back to 5%, which is plenty. And she ticks away, and we get the solo. Barely. Okay, so last up we got the Tigra boss. So we're gonna go Tigra, just simply because we have Titania, and it's like a heavy hitter node. So I'm all about smacking Tiger around with Titania with some nice heavies, and make sure you hit the skip choice note, otherwise it won't count for the Korina 7 for 7. Even if you try to swap out a 7-star, that will not work. You won't get credit. So the nodes here, Wombo combo, yeah, so they're gonna get prowess for how many combo you have when they throw the special. Staggering Beauty, we don't really have to carry about that because she's not gonna nullify anything. Prey in the Weak, don't have to worry about that because we're not gonna get any buffs. And then we got Heavy Assault, so big damage on the heavies, and you're gonna see some pretty solid damage. That was 15k, 15k, 16k, and we're just gonna heavy her pretty much every hit and every chance that we got, and then counter the special ones with the heavies, and then we're gonna build up to special 3 and try to get off a Haymaker. I think she might. Does she survive even to that point? I can't remember. But it's just heavies all day long. Oh no, I actually go to the special 2, which I'm not sure why I did that. I do get weaknesses on, so she won't be able to get her sense. It won't be able to be unblockable with that, but the weaknesses fall off. If anything, I think 2 special 1s would probably be better because you can get the Debilitate, which lengthens debuffs, and if you did like 2 special 1s back to back, those weaknesses would last a really long time. At the end of the day, she's not throwing specials. We just need her to throw a special 2. There we go, and then we just get out of range. 19 prowess, you do not want that to hit you. Some good damage with the relic. And all right, we're gonna counter this. Nope. Usually I've been countering. I played Tiger against Tiger a lot in AQ with Cap, and so I'm pretty used to dexing out and then doing a heavy to counter. And another special 2 doesn't kill. Definitely should have gone for the special 3 the first time, but in any case, we had nice healthy Titania get the solo. Fairly easy boss. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.